I'm super excited that this is finally happening, that we're here now hosting our first regional pre-conference engagement with young people, over 70 young people that we have gathered here today from about 9 countries that are here to be part of the training of young advocates in the area of UHC, the Universal Health Coverage. Of course, what makes me even more excited is the fact that we are working with CSEM on this, the Civil Society Engagement Mechanism on UHC, who are one of the leaders in as far as the UHC advocacy agenda is concerned. We started talking about this sometime last year with CSEM on how we can collaborate during this year's Regional Adolescent Health Indaba, so that we see how we train young people. Of course, the Indaba itself is so much associated with ensuring that we achieve UHC and we get more and more young people accessing the essential services that they require.
I feel honestly great about the session we had today. So we just did a workshop with youth advocates on UHC to bring awareness on UHC and give some clue on how to be more involved in UHC, because we're lacking voices of youth people in UHC advocacy. So I really do feel that today was really helpful to meet also all other youth people, because we often relying on the same youth people that we already know, and also to hear more about their need and about what they want, because they are already working on UHC, whether it is by working on sexual and reproductive health, on HIV, on people with disabilities. All these issues are connected, and we'll manage to solve this and achieve UHC only by strengthening our system.
This workshop, I feel that has been very productive in the sense that we have had the opportunity to train the next generation of advocates. We believe strongly in the power of young people in influencing policy, influencing budgets for health, influencing decision makers to make sure that we prepare for the future that they will live in. And so I feel like this workshop is helping us achieve that in terms of making sure that the young people are prepared to advocate for universal health coverage at the national level, but also regionally in Southern and Eastern Africa. And I think that's a big accomplishment for this workshop. Our plan is to continue to do provide this support and build skills for the young people to do the advocacy in their countries, in the region, but then finding also opportunities at the regional level, even a global level, where we can plug them in to bring these voices to the decision makers in those contexts. I think is something that we are also looking forward to, and that we came here to accomplish as part of this workshop.
I got a better more understanding on the whole concept of the universal health coverage, in understanding that the whole idea behind it is to ensure that everyone has got access to health, access to quality health. And also I also realized that as African countries, most of the problems that we are facing as young people, as adolescent girls and boys, are nearly the same. And there are differences depending on the communities that we're coming together from. But however, collectively, I also noticed from the contributions of various young people that we can come up with solutions that cut across all the countries. And I also learned about the importance of advocacy, the right proper channels of advocacy, knowing like who to talk to, who is going to be your target, how are you going to engage that target, because I think it's a very, very critical thing for us as young advocates.
I learned on how best we as young people can make up a coordinated voice into planning and into strategy on how best we can lobby for policies and on how best we can engage our fellow advocates from our communities, and also in crafting ways and means in doing checks and balances on the policies that are already established, and also utilizing the universal youth coverage platform in making sure that youth voices are amplified and are heard throughout and beyond Africa.
First thing, my key takeaway was the fact that you're not supposed to say people living with disability, because you do not live with a disability, but like you are with a disability. You are living with a disease, not a disability. But like, yeah, that's what I got. So like, it's people with disabilities, not people living with disabilities. And it's the fact that like we're split into groups, then we're identifying issues and stuff, and then our issue was like inequality when it comes to people with disabilities, like people, like the way the things are allocated, it's not fair with the disability, with people with disabilities.
Learned a lot. I've seen the presentation about SDG 3, which says about health for all, despite the heads, which made me have interest to learn more, because I'm hoping that our organization, different with people with disabilities, they can have more information about this and how to have access to health.
I didn't know much about universal health coverage, but from what I learned in the workshop, we were taught about how to do advocacy and how we can approach the right people, who to approach, and how to convey our issues with regards to universal health coverage. So that was my main takeaway. Then from other things, we learned different experiences from different countries, different people, different organizations sharing their different experiences with regards to issues that are affecting their health and well-being within their countries, within their organizations, and how we were taught on how to best express ourselves and best advocate for inclusive health for all, especially for the youth in the African region.
I've learned a lot from the presentations that my other colleagues presented today. I have a better understanding on how people living with disabilities have struggles when it comes to having an interpreter when they go to a healthcare facility. And my other takeaway is the way they are moving, or how they are planning to overcome the funding when it comes to healthcare being access to everyone.